Let the girl dance.
Hey everybody, I'm Randy Silvas.
And I'm Tony Mollick.
Welcome back to SLOTRODS, and welcome back to night 3 of our 3-night Wintertime Points Championship we call the Underground.
When we last left you, we're about to start round 2. Just as a reminder, on night 3, the points have been raised to 5 points for crossing the starting line, 6 points for crossing the finish line, 12 points for a win, 0 points for a disqualification, and a total of 23 possible points per round.
The points standing when we last left you looked like this. Bootleg and Vengence were tied for first place with 81 points. Cannonball was in sole possession of third place. Golgotha was in fourth, and Black and Blue in fifth.
Valentine and Good Vibes are tied for 6th. The Bird is in 8th. Red Reaper had managed to claw his way up to number 9. And 420 Time, Mad Bird, and Nightmare are all tied at 62 and slugging it out for the number 10 spot.
Round 2, race 1, Bootleg from the 724 versus Exodia from the Razor's Edge.
And again, we're starting off the evening with a drag race.
Slow motion of camera 2 doesn't tell us much of anything. They are neck and neck.
Unfortunately, we don't have the footage from camera 3, but we did have it on site, and Bootleg won by a fender.
Which put Bootleg in sole possession of first place with 104 points. Exodia moves up to 61.
Round 2, race 2, Fireball from the 412 versus Christine from the 724.
Cool, Camaro was first out of the hole.
Looks like Christine tried to come around him on the big end, but ran out of real estate. Fireball for the win.
Giving Fireball 34 points and Christine 22.
Round 2, race 3, from the 412, the 84 Chevy truck called Blue Bayou versus Tim Clark and Poison from the 724.
Yeah, it looks like Tim's getting that Pontiac back together, buddy. Poison for the win.
That brings Poison to 70 points and Blue Bayou to a double deuce.
Round 2, race 4. 2 cars that have been having a lot of trouble lately. And they're both from the 724. The Red Reaper versus Ruby. Anybody want to take bets on whether they're both going to make it down to the end of the track?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, smart money says one of them's not going to make it. Tim spun a gear and Ruby takes the win.
But I still managed to come off the track after I crossed the finish line, smack the side of the catch bin, and fly off the cliff.
So, all in all, exactly what we figured.
Well, at least I managed to get the points. Ruby makes it up to 60, and Red Reaper is sitting at 69.
Round 2, race 5. A couple of OG 724 cars. Valentine versus Prince. Dude, did you just let your girlfriend win?
No, I let my teammate take the win because she still has a legitimate chance of winning this whole thing.
Oh, it gave her one hell of a boost. Because at 92 points, that puts Valentine in second place.
Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Round 2, race 6. Two guys who definitely ain't gonna let one another win. From the Razor's Edge, we got Golgotha. And for the 724, we got Cab Over Pete.
Cab Over Pete got his hands full. We better get off the line quick.
Old Cab Over lost that one at the light. If he wasn't out 2 car lengths by the 60-foot mark, he didn't have a prayer.
And unfortunately, Cab Over was a little late coming off the line this time, too.
Golgotha comes up just shy of triple digits with 99 points. And Cab Over Pete slides down the list with 47.
Round 2, race 7, another couple of 724 cars. The 49 Ford called the Contender versus Kelly's 68 Corvair.
Yeah, it's hard to beat Kelly off the light.
It doesn't help that the Contender was asleep. He's going to have to be a lot quicker off the light if he's going to ever beat that Corvair.
Kelly's Corvair for the win, moving her up to 72 points, and the Contender claws his way up to 54.
Round 2, race 8, Old Heavy versus Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper was mighty slow off the line.
That's a shame, because that Ford was starting to come around him on the big end.
Yeah, buddy. He managed to close that gap up to about a half a car.
Round 2, race 9, the 64 Chevy 2 from the 724 called 420 Time versus the GTO from the Razor's Edge called Vengeance.
Looks like the Chevy 2 is sleeping at the line.
Oh! Ooh, then he stuck the tires, hooked the left that took out camera too. And that moves Vengeance up to first place with Bootleg for 104 points. 420 Time takes his 5 points for crossing the starting line, taking him to 67 points.
Round 2, race 10. Jake Rendos in Nightmare versus a newcomer named Zach in a car he calls On a Budget.
Well, apparently his budget did not include photos. On a Budget spun hard, and by the time he gathered it up, Nightmare was crossing the finish line. On a Budget moves to 22 points, and Nightmare moves to 85.
Round 2, race 11. We got Annette in the Eliminator versus Kelly in her Good Vibes Beetle.
And if you weren't with us last time, we announced that Good Vibes will be retiring after the completion of this competition.
So that means she's only got 2 races left?
Unless she has to race in the tiebreakers.
Well, looks like she's still running pretty good to me. Why are you going to retire?
Bro, that chassis is hosed.
Well, she managed to hang on for the win, bringing her all the way up to 92 points and the Eliminator makes it to 22.
Round 2, race 12, the Tri-Tower Tri-5 55 called Wicked versus Keith Bean in the GetX.
Looked to me like Wicked got out of the groove.
Yep, that's why he lost the race. He lost power.
GetX moves up to 71, and Wicked moves to 58.
Round 2, race 13. Keith Bean in the OG 724 car called Cannonball versus Scout Rages from the Razor's Edge.
Well, I didn't think Scott Rages was going to take Cannonball, but I thought it was going to be a lot closer than that.
She hesitated on the light, and you just can't do that against him.
Cannonball for the win. And that moves him up to 102 points, taking sole possession of third place. And Scott Rages moves to 63 points.
Round 2, race 14, 911 from the 412 versus My Little Batmobile from the 724.
Nah, that's a drag race.
Ooh, slid it in right under the wire this week.
Yeah, I was saving it, but we're getting pretty close to the end now. Looks like you did the same thing Wicked did. Come up out of the groove and lost power. Cost you the race, didn't it?
Cost me more than that. I caught the side of the catch bin with my front end, and fortunately it flipped me into the catch bin.
911 for the win, and that brings her up to 35 points. And the Batmobile went up to 53.
Round 2, race 15, the Mad Bird versus Grumpy's Toy.
Well, Mad Bird got off the line first. Grumpy's Toy just couldn't reel him back in.
Mad Bird for the win, moving him to 85 points and Grumpy's Toy to 49.
Round 2, race 16. 66 Fairlane called Black and Blue from the 724 versus newcomer Supra Bad. Nice hit.
Thanks, but not so great for Super Bad. At least it didn't go over the cliff. Lives to race another day.
Black and Blue for the win. And that brings him up to 97 points, and Super Bad is at 34.
The last race of the night is 2 OG 724 cars, the Magic 8 Ball versus the Bird.
Damn it. See, I should have saved it. Because there's a drag race.
Man, that's close.
The Bird by the pointy nose of that Pontiac.
Yeah, it looks like we saved the best one for last. The Bird moves to 90 points and the 8 Ball to 51.
And that brings our standings to Bootleg and Vengeance are tied for first place with 104 points. Cannonball is in third with 102. Golgotha moves up to fourth with 99. Black and Blue is right behind him with 97. And Valentine and Good Vibes are tied for sixth place with 92 points.
The Bird is at number 8 with 90 points. Mad Bird and Nightmare are tied at 9th with 85 points. Next time we get together, we're going to put a bow on this whole thing and find out who wins this competition.
So until then, I'm Randy Silvis,
And I'm Tony Mollick.
and you've been watching SLOTRODS.
The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. No sleeping allowed, yo, you just get a glance. Don't try to swim game, yo, just let the girl dance. The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. You can watch a show blow from a distance, but give her some space, son, let the girl dance.
We work with such a little direction.
We'll get through it 40th, 50th try.